All right, let's go for a ride.
What else?
Morning. Hi guys. So today I'd like to discuss with you my initial impressions of my MX5. As you all know, I got my MX5 just less than a month ago, and I'm driving her now towards one of my meetings. I'd like to share with you my initial impressions with the car. Well, for one thing, it's been almost 10 years since I drove a manual, and I have to say that this MX5 has one of the sweetest manual transmissions I've ever driven, considering that it's been a long time since I've driven a manual. And well, it took some getting used to, but I got used to it pretty quick. Even if I'm driving in Manila. Now, a lot of you know that driving in Manila is horrendous in terms of traffic. And you've all heard the horror stories about driving in Manila, which is the reason why most people prefer to get an automatic transmission while they're driving here. And I was in the same boat, but when I got my MX5, when I got Scarlett, by the way, her name's Scarlett, from her color, if you could see. Well, when I got Scarlett, I just drove her in traffic, and it wasn't so bad. I mean, traffic will always be bad, but one thing that I realized is that, driving a manual transmission, you're never always on the clutch. So it's okay. And like for example, today, I'm driving on a nice Sunday morning, so there's hardly any traffic. And it's such a nice day to go out for a drive with the top down, especially now that the cooler months of the year has arrived in the Philippines. So it's a nice experience. Now, back to my initial impressions of Scarlett, of my MX5. Well, first of all, it's so small. I mean, driving it doesn't feel like it's small, but driving it, I could just squeeze into those small places. I could squeeze into those small spots, and here in driving in Manila, that's one of the things that you would love to be able to do, which is to squeeze into all those small areas. Now, that's one. Another thing that I noticed driving it is it's so torquey. I mean, I'm still in the break-in period. I've only driven around 392 kilometers as of today, but it's so torquey. The engine loves to rev all the way up, and I have to stop myself at 4,000 RPM, because at 4,000 RPM, that's what I thought was the break-in period. But you know what, guys? It pays to read the manual, because when I read the manual, so apparently this car doesn't have a break-in period. I mean, I had to double check, and I checked, and when I found out, and I read the manual, it says that no running in necessary, or in other words, no break-in necessary. I mean, yeah, that's a bit stupid of me. So now I'm licensed to go up above 4,000, but I'm still taking it easy. So anyway, it's so nimble, it's so small, it's so nimble, and I'm so low to the floor. I mean, here in Manila, this is the land of the SUVs and the buses and the trucks. So I'm kind of starting to get used to driving around, seeing tires and bumpers all around me. Yeah, And I also have to mention the exhaust notes. I mean, oh my god. This is a stock car, but wow, that exhaust note, man. I mean, for a stock car, it's really good for a stock car. I love the exhaust system. It's a fun car. They said that, you know, a lot of reviews online says it's a fun car, and I have to agree. It is a fantastic car. It's a fun car to drive. I mean, like, I'm now cruising within speed limit here on the I'm cruising within the speed limit here on the highway. I'm having so much fun. Whoa. Okay. So it's such a fun car. Okay. Yeah, it's there's a lot of road closures today, this Sunday morning, because of the upcoming ASEAN summit. So as I was saying, I mean, my god, this car is so fun to drive. I mean, yeah, I'm so jaded when it comes to driving in Manila, but ever since I got this car, wow, I just love to drive all the time now. I mean, it's crazy. It's so crazy. But of course, I have to look for, you know, those days where I could drive nice, not just sit around in traffic, and that's a Sunday morning and during holidays or sometimes late at night. Yeah. So anyway, what else? I did a bit of cornering in some of my drives, and it is a bit jittery. There is body roll, so definitely if there's something I'll improve, it's the suspension. I'll probably go for, you know, some improvements in coil springs and stuff like that. But as a street driver, it's okay, it's decent. Yeah, and it gives you that sensation of speed, especially when I'm driving, here in the city. I feel like I'm going so fast, but when I look at the speedometer, it's only 50 kilometers per hour. Yeah, and you know, guys, another thing that I noticed about this is the sports car effect. Well, the sports car effect is, you know, here in Manila, you have to jockey for space, but when I'm driving the MX5, people give me space. You know, I guess, you know, people just are more courteous. I don't know why. And, you know, I also get a lot of smiles and people just looking my way. I mean, it's not an expensive sports car, and yet people just keep looking. Maybe it's the red, it's a soul red. Maybe it's a top down, I don't know. But people just like to look at this car. Okay, so I'm here. I'm at my destination and there's a lot of people. Oh, okay, right here. So, looks like I'll have to park here. I'm attending my first ever MX5 Club meet. It's my first time to attend here. It's my first time to meet people. Oh, check that out. That's another thing I love about the soft top MX5. I mean, you saw how quickly I operated that roof. That, my friends, took less than 3 seconds to put up, and that's so awesome. So anyway, catch you later. But well, before I sign out, I just want to say, so how do I find my MX5? Guys, absolutely 5 stars out of 5 stars. If you're still thinking of getting this, if you're still thinking of getting an MX5 in a horrible traffic area like Manila, don't hesitate. Buy it. It's so fun. It brings back the joy of driving, guys. And get the manual. I'm in Manila. I got the manual, and I'm not regretting my decision. Well, I guess that's because I also have two other cars aside from this that are automatic. So in case I want to drive in a traffic jam area, then I just take my other cars. Anyway, bye-bye.